having an amazing week and welcome back. This week we're heading off into a little bit of a wasteland environment known as the Ashen Plains, and I have a wee bit of a challenge for you to celebrate both St. Patrick's Day, because it is a holiday for some today, and to help us introduce something new and special, I have a bit of a competition for us. If any of you all can guess which one-shot or series of campaigns this particular story has come from, you might just win a very fun potion bottle that comes from the very one-shot or campaign cycle that our story comes from. I'm not going to tell you what the potion is because that might just be too much of a hint, giving things away for all of us, but it's very fun, very colorful and swirly, and after our story I will show it to you. So if you happen to be the first viewer to guess what campaign or one-shot, depending on your opinion of the situation, that this story comes from today, then you will be the one who gets to win this very fun potion bottle. And I'll message you after the stream today to get your details so that I can send that to you. And that will help us introduce something that hopefully I will be able to open on time in the next 2 weeks or so, which is my very own Etsy shop. So yes, 𝒟𝓃𝓃 Creative Designs will be opening its own Etsy store, hopefully on April 1st, and no, it is not an April Fool's joke. We may be a bit foolish here with our own little storytelling. Every now and again, it's fun to be silly, but we are not pulling a prank on you today. It is, in fact, a very good goal to thank you have that going for April 1st. So hopefully we'll have that store up and running. So we're celebrating that today, the little luck of the Irish on St. Patrick's Day. So yes, if you guys are able to guess what the campaign is, either the entire cycle or just the one-shot, I will take either as a correct answer. You're the first one to put that into the chat. Then you will win the potion bottle. And for our future friends who might be joining a little late tonight, I'm going to go ahead and pin that in the chat really quickly. That way they'll be able to see it as they hop on. Oh, and my messenger is being very slow tonight, so bear with me. In the meantime, you guys go ahead and pop in and tell me how you all are doing on this fine sort of holiday evening, because I would love to hear. See if I can spell one-shot correctly. That would be truly lucky of the Irish. Okay. And then I'm just gonna pin that there. Let's see if it goes. It's not gonna let me pin, is it? You're glad the day is over? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, my day went very well, and hopefully your day will be getting just a bit better. I know that stories always make me feel better. So let's get into ours this evening. Many adventurers have heard rumors of Undermountain and its vast labyrinth of tunnels laden with riches and magic treasures. Even those who haven't were raised on the myth and legends of the mighty wizard Alistair of Waterdeep, who delved the deepest tunnels seeking adventure and even greater magical powers. Perhaps growing up along the Sword Coast, you heard tales of Alistair's feasts and hoped to follow in his footsteps. Well, perhaps you will tonight, and thus our tale to be told begins. West of Neverwinter Wood lies a vast, desolate plain. Stunted trees spread across the Ashen region, and only the allure of adventure would bring you to such a dismal place. It takes days to work your way across the barren wasteland, and dusk has fallen before you locate a small town. Upon your approach, you notice that the doors are barred. Windows shuttered, all is silent. Before you can investigate, a small figure appears beside you. Now, as you look around these figures, you may notice that perhaps there's something a bit odd about these figures. If you take a closer look at them, perhaps you see that, just for a moment, they seem almost twig-like. Any guesses on what they might be? Well, they're nothing that's very friendly, and unfortunately, they do attack. And they're quite numerous, chasing you throughout the town. And as you look around, you realize that the only safe place to go just so happens to be the local tavern. But when you get there, despite the friendly smells and a few rousing carols coming from indoors, it looks like everything's barred and you can't get inside. As these branch-like creatures chase you through the town, you latch onto the hint of light bleeding from underneath a tavern door, like a moth to a flame. You barely register the worn sign over the door or the pamphlets posted outside as you race to open that door. However, you find it barred. You can't get inside, and you're not sure what to do. After all, those twig-like creatures are very, very aggressive, and you're just not sure how to get inside. Do you pound on the door? Do you try to pick that lock? What can you do to get inside that tavern? If you pound on the door, someone will come over and try to call out to you. But perhaps someone interrupts him before letting you in, and you hear a gruff voice say, "We know the odds, and take our chances. Their fate was theirs. They made their choices." Do you try to negotiate with them? Do you try to persuade them and convince them to let you in? If you do, perhaps that they will let you in. After all, the person who initially responded to your call is a kindly local blacksmith, and he's not one to just leave you out in the cold. But the one who interrupted him is the gruff tavern keeper, and he might just demand some compensation if you try to sneak into his bar. He's not the most friendly gentleman in the world, and if you ask his name, he may just demand a trade of you. You see, nothing comes for free, not in this particular tavern. After collapsing inside the doors, You look up to see the smiling face of the male dwarf. Then a booming voice rings out, and you look past him to see a tavern ringed by oddities. Looking around, you may very well notice some very odd things, like burnt parchment, the head of a troglodyte. What kind of tavern is this, anyways? Very, very, very strange. Well, as you go around talking to different people, you discover it's a kind of way station for adventurers. Could be useful information for you to know. Sometimes you notice an adventurer toss a coin to the tavern keeper. Everyone cheers and raises their glasses of ale, and then that particular adventurer seems to wander off and disappear to a back room. They never return. Very mysterious. I wonder why that would happen. Eventually, someone approaches you and begs your help to head to a different area far across the wasteland. They say that several adventurers headed out that way a few days ago, and that it sounds like their children may be among those adventurers and are now missing. If the bodies could be recovered, or even just the signet rings, well, gold would be in it for you. Is gold something that you might be after? Perhaps, perhaps not. But after all, the tavern keep isn't very happy with you, and he very, very much would prefer that you earn your keep while you're here. He's not amused, and he's certainly not going to hang around. At least, not while you're non-paying customers, as it were. And so, as sunrise approaches, the patrons of this tavern cheer you on as you leave the town, much like they once cheered on those adventurers who passed a gold coin and headed to the back room. Heading south out of the town of Oakhurst onto the overgrown track of the old road, morning twilight illuminates the features of the Ashen Plains. Rocky downs, stands of twisted oaks, and abandoned farms are all that remain here. Passing a shriveled oak, you notice a carving in the trees. Now, I don't know if anyone speaks Draconic, but if they do, they may just learn something very, very interesting. Now, once upon a time, there was a very dangerous dragon that lived in this area. And you might just know that this dragon used to cause quite a bit of destruction. And if you were to remember this, you might know quite a bit about the carving in the tree. Who remembers the dragon 𝒟𝓚? Now I admit, my pronunciation isn't quite as wonderful as I would like, but I do my best. Now, the Ashen Plains weren't always ashen, and they certainly weren't always quite so plain-like. It's said that once upon a time, the dragon 𝒟𝓚 rose from his nest and laid waste to the entire area, and it's this rampage of the dragon that caused the Ashen Plains. Now, as you look into carving, perhaps you might notice the warning there. And you might start to wonder if it's you who should be turning back. Has anyone figured out what campaign or one-shot we're talking about just yet? If you have, don't forget to throw it into the chat. The old road passes to the east of a narrow ravine. At the closest approach to the cleft, several broken pillars jut from the earth where the ravine widens. 2 of the pillars stand straight and tall, but most lean atop sloped earth. Others are broken and may have fallen into the dark depths. Similar pillars may be seen on the opposite side of the ravine. A sturdy, knotted rope is tied to one of the leaning pillars nearby and disappears into the ravine. Ravines can be very obnoxious business, but luckily this one doesn't seem too deep, even if it's fairly wide. After all, looking across it, it looks like about 40 feet. And looking down, well, it's quite dark down there, but if you drop a stone, you might notice only about 30 feet or so. Now, lucky you, as an adventurer, you do have a pack in your backpack, a rope in your backpack. It'd be very impressive if you got a second pack in that backpack. You have a rope in your backpack, but it's about 50 feet long. You can easily tie the rope and head down. But as you're about to do this, you notice something odd about those pillars. They are covered in graffiti, but it's multiple languages, both Dwarvish and Goblin. And they seem like they're threats to trespassers. Is there supposed to be life in these ruins? I didn't think that there was. How strange. And you're noticing campfires. Well, that'd be normal if the adventurers passed this way, but are there supposed to be multiple small campfires? And some of these seem quite old, up to 2 weeks old, in fact. That's very odd. Eventually, you decide to descend anyways. It's probably fine, right? I'm sure that it's fine. Once you get to the bottom of this ravine, you see a sandy ledge that overlooks a subterranean gulf of complete darkness. The ledge is wide but rough. Sand, rocky debris, and the bones of small animals cover it. You notice a rough-hewn stairwell that zigs and zags down the side of the ledge, descending into, sadly, more darkness. Eager to discover what's going on, you head down the stairs, but unfortunately for you, you are ambushed by some rather giant rats. Turns out, ROUSs really do exist. And they're hungry. As they go and try to nab you, you put up quite a fight. Now, there may be 3 of them, and they may be giant rats, but you are able to defeat them on those narrow switchback stairs. You have to be a little clever and light on your feet, and you may take a few scratches and bruises along the way, but in the end, you kill 2 and chase off the 3rd. I'm sure he won't come back for seconds. As you descend, a fortress emerges from the darkness. The subterranean citadel, though impressive, seems long forgotten, with lightless windows, cracked crenellations, and leaning towers. Anyone know what this is? All is quiet, though a cold breeze blows up from below, bringing with it the scent of dust and a faint trace of rot. Thus far, that 3rd giant rat hasn't come back. The narrow stairs empty into a small courtyard, once the top of a crenellated battlement. The buried citadel has sunk so far that the battlement is now level with the surrounding floor. The cave floor stretches away to the north and south, composed of a layer of treacherous crumbled masonry, which reaches to an indeterminate depth. Before you looms a structure that must be the surviving Sunless Citadel. A tower stands across from you on the opposite side of the courtyard. Okay. So, if you've guessed, and I did just kind of give it away, what this one shot must be, it does go on for quite some time. But that's where we're going to stop today. After all, you could very well run this whole series for, as someone once told me, 1.5 to 2 years. And I don't think we want to do that just yet. Maybe someday, but not today. I'm not feeling quite that lucky, not even on St. Patrick's Day. Okay, now, do you believe that it's time to do some live watercolor painting together? I may have given us a very, very strong hint on what that one shot or series is called, but you still have time to throw that into the chat if you think you figured it out, because we're going to do, if it's dried, it looks like it's dried, what the potion bottle looks like as we go through our watercolor painting. Okay, so it's time for intermission. Today is a weird word day. That's okay, because it does happen sometimes. So intermission first. I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes, and then some painting and some potions. Alrighty, see you all then. All right, welcome back, you guys. So like last week, I am going to have music playing on my tablet instead of through the stream. So let me know if you feel like it's too loud at any point. First, I want to make sure that it's actually picking up. Okay, I think it's picking up okay. All right, so to start, Last week we had a couple of panels that we were working on as we went through the haunted woods for International Women's Day. And even though I had a little bit of a weird drawing situation, I think they came out really nicely there. So this is the one that had a lot of salt on it, and once I got enough of that salt off, and it did weird things with the twigs, so I had to go back in with a marker, but I feel like that came out really nicely. Since it's smaller, I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, but I think that came out really nicely. Has some really cool layers with the salt. I always like that. Salt and layers are cool. And then here's the cabin. The cabin's kind of my favorite. Once I went in with a really fine tip pen to get some of that detail, I feel like that came out really cool. So that was fun. I should do more creepy cabins. For Halloween, maybe. That'd be cool. Okay, and because I did say that I would show you, and I do think the glue has dried, but I haven't put the seal on top because the wax is still in transit. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that. Yay, thank you. I'm gonna show the potion. So I didn't say what the name of the potion was earlier because I didn't want to give away too many hints. But the potion that we're giving away today, if anyone correctly guesses the name of the one shot or campaign cycle, depending on how you feel about this particular situation, everyone seems to have an opinion, is the elixir of health. And it is something you would very much need if you were to head down into this particular location. And it's something that you can find if you end up going there. And this is a little bit of what it looks like. I'll bring it up here so you guys can see. It comes in this little jar with a cork top lid. And I'll bring it into the camera so you can see it a little bit better. So I just used mica and glitter. Unfortunately, I don't think that glitter is showing up very well. But it creates this really cool kind of swirly effect. This is my version of an elixir of health. Ta-da! And I am not actually going to put this into the shop. This is going to be a unique item just for you guys who win it. You will be able to find potions of health there, though, for anyone who likes this kind of stuff as either a sensory item for a game or just something fun to put on your shelf. But the elixir of health version with this particular lighter color, just for you guys. So yeah. And eventually, once the wax comes, I'm going to put like a wax seal on it. You had vodka. Of course you did. Thank you for ruining this for me, Tori. Ruining my childhood. Okay, so once it comes, and it should be here tomorrow, I'm going to put a wax seal on it with our 𝒟𝓃𝓃 seal stamp on there so that it'll look a little bit like an 𝒟𝓃𝓃𝓀 seal right on top. And then that way you don't have to worry about the cork. Can I drink it? I wouldn't. This is like 90 proof alcohol. Plus, good luck getting the cork off once I seal it properly. You can certainly try. Your health here is better than mine. So yes, and that's how that will be sealed. It's already been glued in. You can see the glue is still drying just a little bit. And then with the seal, it definitely will not come off at all. So yes, what? I bought it from a store. Not everything you buy from a store is edible. I feel like that's common knowledge. Like, I bought these dice from a store. Can I eat them? I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, but yes, whoever correctly guesses that one shot from tonight will win that potion bottle to use for fun in your adventures or to just have hanging around on a shelf as a cute display item. So yes, Tori, I know you weren't here for the entire story, but we've given a few clues, like the elixir of health, and it's actually a one-shot you've run through with me for before, which is probably the biggest hint ever. And your character died. Lol. Tori, can I drink it? I mean, that is kind of very in character for Tori. Okay. You can eat dice once. Well, yes, you can certainly try. Okay. So we're gonna keep working on this picture here. So this is actually going to be a bit of the Ashen Plains. May or may not contain that little bit of handout hanging out on that tree here, which reminds me, before I do anything, well, actually, I think I do want some more dark. One of these days, someone's gonna have to issue a challenge to me that's simply, you're not allowed to use gray or Payne's gray. New rule. Not today, obviously. But someday, that will just be like the rule for the day. You can't have it. You're having pizza on 𝒟𝓃𝓃𝓀 Day. How Irish of you. What kind of pizza are you having? I'll live vicariously for you for a minute or two. That doesn't limit things very much. You know that, right? I triple dog dare you to use only colors in the visible spectrum. I mean, you're not wrong. It is 𝒟𝓃𝓃𝓀 Day, yes. For another, I don't know, 6 hours. Canadian pizza. Really? As opposed to, I mean, were you gonna have it be delivered across the border? Some people do. I don't know why. I can't imagine US pizza is any different than anybody else's pizza. I mean, I could understand if you were like having it brought from Illinois or something like that. Like Chicago pizza is supposed to be amazing. Or like if you wanted New York style pizza from New York, I could understand that. But like, otherwise, what's the point? Just saying. It's pizza. You eat it. I get hung up on weird things sometimes. Is there a thing as Canadian pizza? Like there's New York style pizza and Chicago style pizza? Is that actually a thing? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. I was gonna say, like, where else would you buy pizza in Canada except Canadian pizza? Okay, so like Hawaiian pizza is a thing. Canadian pizza is a thing. Okay, all right. You're educating me. That's fair. I don't always know things. I tell my kids, I know most things. I don't know all the things. I have like 90% of a brain. I don't have all of a brain. I definitely don't have all of a brain on a Friday. So Cameron, you're very quiet right now. What are you up to this Saturday or Friday night? Wow, I thought it was Saturday for a second. Time drift is real, guys. But no, really, what are you up to tonight? Tori's apparently eating pizza. How do you know that Cameron's panicking over his fish tank, Tori? I love how Tori's just become like the voice of Cameron. Because he messaged me. Okay. He was all happy the other day that there was no snow. Okay, I think we need a little more brown. Personally, I want more brown. Ooh, that streak looked really cool. I should do that again. I'm really liking this toned paper. I should tone more paper more often. I don't know why I don't. No, I know why. It's because it's so much work. And I'm lazy. Okay. I have to be careful. I accidentally put some glitter in here earlier. But I do want to darken up that corner just a little bit. Do 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 do. Things are always very mushy when we're dealing with like wastelands and stuff, so I don't want anything to be too precise here. No harsh edges, just blobs. Just kind of doesn't seem too real. That was too much. Okay. Okay. This shrubbery looks much nicer now. Do-do-do, happy little tree. Okay. All right, I do need it to kind of dry a little bit here. I should get, it'd be so hard to use, but I really need, oh gosh, I really do need like, I don't know, almost, is this gonna end up being too? Okay. I'm almost worried that's gonna be too purple. Let's throw a little red in there. Okay. I just want this sky to be a little bit more. Oh, that's really nice. Hello. How's the fishies? Oh, pizza. Yes. Can't abandon pizza. So, how are the fishies? Are they gonna make it? I worry about these things. I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and think about it too. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Oh, that's not good. Don't do stuff like that. Was it like a fish tank cleaning fiasco gone wrong? He forgot he was filling the tank. Yep. That'll do it. Been there. It's one of the reasons why I don't have a tank anymore. I know that I can't like handle it. And that's okay, I think. I know that I can't handle it, but some people can. It's like when you flood the like what's it? Not the dishwasher. Although I've heard that happens too. The the who's a what's it? You know, the thingy with the soap. Washing machine. There we go. Wow. You ever flood the washing machine because you put too much detergent in there and you get all the bubbles. That also sucks. I have never done that, by the way. Oh, you've been attacked by the dishwasher? The only time we've been attacked by the dishwasher is because something was wrong with it. We've never had it happen because we were goofballs with the dishwasher that I know of. But yeah, we've had it like explode because it broke. My brother once exploded the washing machine though. Bubbles for days. It was kind of funny. Luckily, the washing machine was in the garage at the time, so it like wasn't that bad of a cleanup. But it was still one of those just like, heh heh heh. Bubbles. But hey, better when you're young than when like you're on your own, you know? Bubbles, yes! So many bubbles. Ooh, 4th floor of a condo. That's not good. Sorry, I didn't realize that camera was completely sideways until I looked up and was just like, huh, oops. I must have like jerked the cord or something. It happens. Okay. I kind of want more brown in this mix because it's a wasteland. There should be more brown. Wastelands are kind of fun because you can just sort of like lay down color wherever you want to, and it kind of still makes sense. Like, it's a wasteland. Nature doesn't have to make sense. It just grows wherever it can. It's all good. Oh, I'm still saying that. I don't know if you all really do 𝒹𝓃𝓃𝓀 in Canada, but when I was teaching over the summer with the little kids, that's all they would listen to is 𝒹𝓃𝓃𝓀. And he does this thing where he goes, and it's all good. And now I can't stop saying it. And it's March, and I'm still saying it. Okay, well, I will take a description of the one shot then, and then I will tell you if you're right. How about that? Because I get it. Stoner Cat, he sings rock and roll. I like my blue shoes. I like my blue shoes. I like my blue shoes. Oh, I'm gonna need more than that. Because I killed you all off more than once. I'm gonna need like detail specific location something more than just and then we all died, which could happen anywhere. I'm thinking like blank location, there was this kind of formation, there was a dungeon, a citadel, you know what I mean. There was a goblin named Bob. By the way, it's not that one. Obviously, no wastelands in Lost Mines of Phandelver. Okay, I will... Underground room full of goblins. Okay, when you say underground room... There, okay, yes, that I will take. Yep, okay. Yes. Very good. Tori wins because she is describing the Sunless Citadel from Tales of the Yawning Portal. Nice job. Yep. I think we could mistake the sort of goblins and their various rooms. I don't think I took you guys to that part because you guys decided to do kobolds and then just sort of YOLO'd down to the 𝒟𝓃𝓃 tree. But there's no mistaking the tree. There was definitely the tree there, which caused all those tree blights that we... Oh, you want me to keep it for a different giveaway? I mean, it's your choice. You can think about it. Why don't you think about it and then... Why would it be cheating? You didn't even listen to the story and you still got it right. I don't know how that possibly would be cheating. Alright. This is just taking forever to dry. I think I might need to wait till tomorrow to finish it, even though I didn't really do anything to the painting. Just for some reason, it's just not drying today. Which is very strange because it's actually kind of warm for March right now, so it should be drying faster than it is. Okay. Yeah, because I need to like, and this is just not, kind of annoying. Warm for March, I wish. Well, I mean, every region has its like ish warm for the region. You're still frozen up there? Yeah, I mean, we are supposed to get another storm in next week, so it'll cool back down, but it's literally gonna be like 65, maybe warmer degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow, which is unusual for March here anyways. In other states, that's not that weird. The desert states, that's like, it must be Tuesday. But in our area, because we have the ocean, like, right there, it gets pretty frosty. Like, even in June, it will still be chilly because we just get that cloud layer in and it just cold for days. Yeah, we get a huge swimming area here too because of the ocean. Okay, I think I'm just kind of stuck in a holding pattern here with this until it dries, which could be a while because I don't like, this is just so damp. So if I paint anything else in this half, it's just gonna bloop puddle. Like, remember how blobby Neverwinter Wood was? That's why I painted when it was wet, and I shouldn't have. So we're gonna wait it out until tomorrow and see what happens, and then I will show you guys the finished product. Either way, hopefully it will dry soon. So yeah, sorry I couldn't do more tonight. I just kind of sat there and waited, but it is what it is. It happens sometimes. Some paper just doesn't wanna. I'm kind of wondering if it's because of how I toned it. It's just already so, what's the word I'm looking for? Not concentrated. Anyways, like paper towels that absorb too much water. It's already too whatever that is. And then it just can't. It's being lazy. Okay, yeah, I'll come hang out with you guys in a second. Are you sure you don't want this super cool sensory bottle of glitter and saturated? Thank you. Look at all that glitter. Look at it. Look how pretty. It's calling your name. It wants to be friends. Okay. I will do that then. Yeah. It's showing it more pink on camera, but it really is more of like a two-tone with gold glitter. But it's very cool. It'll have a nice seal on top with a label that says Elixir of Health. Alrighty. Cool, you guys. Thank you for playing tonight on this St. Patrick's Day. And I hope you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. I'll get this up soon. And hopefully you all will join me on April Fool's Day. Promise it's not a prank. When we open the Etsy shop, 𝒟𝓃𝓃 Creative Designs. And already it should be up there on Instagram if you follow along. There's a poll for obviously it will be next Friday, where we should head to next. Throw in a biome, throw in a campaign, throw in whatever you like, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Are you already sending me TikToks? Okay, and then I will see you all next week. Have an awesome weekend, and don't forget to feed that inner storytelling minute. Have a lovely night, you guys.